Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to episode 29 of my Leeds United Road. Now today, we're going to hopefully be finishing off the summer transfer window. Finally, it's taken way too many episodes to try and do it. Hopefully this is the episode that we can get past it. We're also going to be making one or two signings maybe as well coming up towards the end of the transfer window. But before I get into this episode, we could go hit 25 likes on this video, it'd be really appreciated. Also, don't forget to go subscribe as well. Thank you for your support over the last couple of days on the videos I've been uploading. I've recently just come back from not uploading in like a few days, so thank you for continuing the support, and yeah, let's see if we can hit 25 likes. Let's move on now into this episode, and I was kind of looking in between episodes who I should try and sign. I've got 6 million to spend and just under 50 grand as well on the wage, and the obvious choice for me was a new centre-back. Now I know I brought in a new centre-back in the summer, but he's now injured. He was 75 overall, looked really good, and I still think he'll be absolutely fantastic when he comes back from injury. However, I'm left with kind of this guy, Edgar, who is absolutely rubbish, really, for the Premier League. I know he's 22 years old, but I still just can't see him growing enough to be actually useful for me. So I'm going to be getting rid of him. I think he came from like Barcelona B or something like that. And we're going to get in another centre-back. I want another one that's similar sort of overall to 75. Around about that. He also needs to be like a really big, strong centre-back. So I've been looking at a few, but first of all, I think I will list Edgar E, or whatever he's called. But let's move on to the short list, and let's see the centre-backs I've been looking at. Now, Eric Dyer I looked at previously to this. I don't know if he's going to be a bit out of my price range. He might well just be affordable. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm going to go with a bid of 6 million. Just kind of kick things off a little bit. That's all out, really. He's worth 7, so maybe they might accept it. It'd be really good to have him in the team, and hopefully they do accept it, but we'll find out anyway. And moving on to some other centre-backs I've been looking at. This is, is it Afonso? Something like that. Not Alfonso, it's Afonso, I think. But he's 77 overall. He's not that fast. That's the only thing that worries me. I quite like a fairly fast centre-back. But on to Diego Reyes, the centre-back, 23 years old. Looks really good. I think I might put in a bid for him as well. Got some decent years in front of him to hopefully try and grow and become a better player. Again, we'll go with the £6 million bid, and I'm hoping to try and get him in there as another centre-back. He's actually going to be my best centre-back and my best player if I was to get him in. He's the one I'd probably most like to get in at the moment. I've also got Kongolo, who I think's recently joined Leicester. Again, looks really good, and I think I'm just going to put in a bid for him as well. 6 million I think makes sense. I know he's worth 8, but we are going to go with the £6 million bid for now. And hopefully they kind of accept that. I'm not too sure whether they will, to be honest. That is a bit of a long shot, I think, with him. Maicon I was kind of interested in. Not 100% sure on him, though. Might be a bit too small. I think he's quite small now. He's not 6'3". Completely the opposite. But still, I'm not 100% sure on him yet. He might be a little bit on the older side. I know, obviously, 27 isn't that old, really, for a centre-back. But these were just another couple of names I was looking at. Tompkins will be interesting. I'm scouting all these players, so we'll find out anyway in a few weeks' time, or maybe days' time, whether they are good enough to join the club. But these are just a few of the players that I was looking at. So we'll move on now to the next few days. Hopefully get back a few emails from those clubs that I put in the bids for the players for. And yeah, we'll see how we get on with those. We've got an email saying that Spurs have received a bid for 8 million from Everton for Eric Dyer. So there's a big bit of competition there from Everton. 8 million is a lot of money, and I think I won't be able to match it. So we need to look at that. If they do reject it, then we'll have to up the offer, I think. Transfer offer in here for Ryan Duffy. That's one of our youngsters. He's 39 overall. We're going to send him out on loan on a 2-year loan to Exeter City. Hopefully he grows a bit, because obviously 39 overall isn't good enough. Moving on to some emails. Leicester City saying they want 12.5. I simply don't have that. Porto accepting the 6 million though, and I do really like the look of Diego Reyes. He looks like a decent player to hopefully try and get in. 5-year deal as well. Obviously a crucial first team player, which we're going to go for. I'm hoping that the lure of the Premier League will be enough for him to try join us. And Spurs have rejected it because they've accepted another offer from another team, obviously that being Everton, I'd imagine. And we are just going to quickly... Do we change on the transfer budget? Because I think I'm going to get that other guy, to be honest. So there's no point putting in a bid for Eric Dyer if I'm going to get the other guy that's putting a bid for. So I'm going to leave it for now. We'll see whether I can get the other centre-back, Diego Reyes. And we'll find out next couple of days, hopefully. Okay, maybe not. Diego Reyes has declined. He doesn't want to relocate, but he could be persuaded, which is the main thing, I suppose, we can take from that. I can only give him that, basically. I'm just going to go all out. All the money I have. We're going to go a 4-year deal. We'll go a clean sheet bonus and all that sort of stuff. If he wants to join, I really hope he does, but, you know, let's see. We'll find out in the next couple of days. Also, in the comments, it was said that I should try out with Ivory Coast. I can obviously quit at any time, so I'm not really under much pressure to try and play with them too much, but it'll be interesting to see how I do with Ivory Coast. And yeah, let's quickly change on the budget actually, just in case I don't get Diego Reyes. We still want to be trying to get Eric Dyer potentially. I think his wage was 35, was it, or something like that, so I can afford to increase the bid a little bit. I think it was 35 anyway. We'll have a little look. Dyer, okay, he's no longer with the club, so we can't actually get him. He's moved to Everton straight away, and we've lost out on him, sadly. This is a strange time to bring this up, but we've actually got to submit a squad for Ivory Coast. So I'm going to look through the team, and I'll come back with some sort of squad. At the moment, it does seem a bit all over the place and not that good, so hopefully it improves. And I think this is the team I'm going to go with. And we don't have very good goalkeepers, I'm going to say it straight away. We've got 3 very average keepers. In fact, these keepers would probably get onto my bench for Leeds, so they are pretty average, let's be honest. Anyway, I've got 2 right backs here who actually look pretty decent. AR I obviously know, the other guy don't. But this is a great opportunity to actually scout a few players, believe it or not. And one guy I'm interested in actually for a centre-back at Leeds is this guy, 22 years old, 77 overall. He's called, I think, Bailey. I might try and sign him. I don't know. I'm not really too sure yet, but I won't mind going for a player similar to him, so it kind of makes sense to try and get him in. It's a good opportunity to try and scout players, I think, this as well. We've also found, where was he? It's not that player. He does look good, though, to be honest, at number 99. Never heard of him before, but this is a player I'm also interested in. 19 years old, 74 overall. I can't believe it. He really looks decent, so I might try and get him in as well, if we can. But yeah, that's the rest of the team, basically. Got Javinho in there, a few other pacey players. This guy especially looks very quick. Let's submit the squad and move on to actually having a look at some of those names and potentially trying to sign a couple of them. This is one of the players that I was looking at. He's worth 3.2 million. He's at Inter Milan, so I probably should have heard of him, to be honest, but I don't recognise his name at all. And he is a squad rotational player, so it could potentially come in on loan. But it'll be an interesting one to try and get him in, really. I quite like the look of him. It looks pretty decent. What other positions can he play? Is it just centre mid? It is just centre mid. So it's not a priority to get him in, but I would like to try and get him in, to be honest. So maybe I go a 1 year loan, and I also put in like a 5 million future fee, something like that. We'll see what they say to that amount, and hopefully that's going to be good enough to try and get him in. We'll also take a look at that centre back as well whilst we're here, to try and get him in. And this was the centre-back. He's actually at Villarreal. I didn't know that either. Probably should have, considering the team that he's at, but I didn't. So, he's worth 6 million. I'm just going to go with a bid of 6 million. It makes sense to try and get him in for that. That's his value. So we'll see what they say to that anyway. Okay, now onto the emails. And again, Diego Reyes has said he could be persuaded, but he has rejected the contract I sent to him. So we'll wait on the other bids that I put in the hope that maybe they get accepted. I can get someone in before the Liverpool match. Let's find out now. And they have said, they're reviewing the offer. Okay, but we've not yet decided whether we want to let him loan out. So we'll get back to you. Okay. Diego Reyes, there's been an approach from from Wolfsburg for 7.5 million. Oh god, someone's going to nick him, I've got a feeling. And they want 9 million for Bailey, and he's worth, I think he's got 30 grand a week on his contract, so I could potentially change something round and try and get him in. But it is going to be a tight one, I think, in order to get Bailey in. The most I can put in a bid of is 6.9 million to hopefully try and get him in, and we'll just kind of see what they say to that. Transfer offer in here for Edgar, and it's 550 grand. Not great. I'm just going to wait and have a look and see what they say about Bailey. So they have rejected it again. They want 9 million. And, what's this? Yes, they've accepted it, I think. And then purchased him for 5 million. Okay. Wait, we've got to pay the 5 million now. Oh, no. I thought you had to pay it in a year's time. It's a future fee. This is a bit risky. I don't like this. And they've had another approach, actually, for Diego Reyes. So we're going to quickly change something around. We won't go for Diego Reyes. He's not someone that I can probably get in, to be honest. So we are going to try and basically get rid of Edgar as part of this deal as well. So 600 grand on top of that amount. And hopefully that's going to be good enough. But moving on to the centre mid, I desperately want to try and get in. I might just have to go ahead with that in hope that the 5 million comes off at the end of the year. Yeah, a bit risky. I'm just going to go ahead and accept the offer because I do have other players I can sell in that position, and hopefully that's going to be okay. We'll see. Has it taken the 5 million off me? No, it hasn't. Just the wage. That's fine. Now we need to try and sell, I think, another centre mid potentially. And it looks like it will be Murphy leaving the club due to this signing. He's obviously 26 years old, 70 overall, but he's just not good enough anymore, sadly, to still be at the club. I just won't be able to play him if he stays, so he may as well leave. And with the transfer offer, I think we'll go ahead and ask for 650 grand for him. I actually think that's quite a lot less than I was expecting, to be honest. I thought I'd get a bit more than that, but obviously not, sadly. And yeah, let's move on now to the Liverpool game. Huge match, this one. Where are we in the league? We're 7th. Liverpool are, whereabouts are they? 13th, so actually ahead of them. We do have a game in hand over most of the sides, though, or a few of the sides anyway. But yeah, let's change on the team. I'll be back in a second. And this team we're going to be playing with against Liverpool. Basically what I've done is I've brought in Berardi and also Joe Gomez as well, because the player I had at left back, Galloway, he's obviously red carded and suspended. So let's move on now into the midfield, and this is basically what I kept pretty much the same. I didn't introduce my new signing that I got on loan. I just wanted to keep with the same players. So that means this is the bench. Put Dele Alli on there, Bataka. Vardy is also on the bench at the moment as well. Not quite good enough to beat NG into the striker position. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I might move to a 4-4-2 at some stage or something like that anyway, and give Vardy a chance up there with NG, just kind of go for all-out pace. But we'll leave it for now, and we'll just kind of see how we get on with the current formation. Okay, one positive. I think we're up against Bogdan in goal, so a little bit of a positive there to kick things off. I'm pretty sure that was him in goal anyway. It was somebody ginger. Oh, Alex Moore gets let in early. Oh, good save by Bogdan. NG. Oh, what have you done, NG? Now looking back to Berardi, and what a strike that was. Shame it wasn't quite on target. Berardi has been pushing up nicely, though, at the start of this game. No way. It's 1-0. Is that Danny Ings with the goal? I can't really tell, to be honest. I think it's Danny Ings. Oh, I can't believe that one. We have dominated them, and that is their first attack, so that's a bit frustrating. Markovic out wide there, puts in a ball. Probably should get tighter to him for that initial cross, but that is where we really need to just try and win that. It's not good enough. We should have tried to win that a bit better than what we did, but that's mainly down to the fact we don't have any tall midfielders in there. There's no Dele Alli, it's Bridcut and Cook, who both aren't very tall at all. So we are losing the game 1-0. We need to try and get back into this match as soon as possible. Sandro to Alex Moa, who's going to strike it, and we have done, straight from kickoff 2 minutes later. What a bit of play that was. Alex Moa again scoring for us. He has been very good in that centre attacking mid position recently. Really like playing him there. Shame he's only 70 overall. He should be a bit higher in my opinion, more like 72, something like that, because he has been scoring a lot of goals, and I think he's going to be a really good player for us. Look at that, straight from the kickoff. Sandro plays it to Alex Moa. It bounces nicely and he finishes it into the bottom right. And that is it for the first half. We're still drawing the game 1-1 at the moment. Hopefully going to try and get back into the match as soon as possible. No changes will be made as of yet. Okay, I'm going to make one change at the moment, or I might make a little bit more than that, so I might make 2 now. But anyway, I'm going to take off, I think, Lewis Cook, and I'm going to bring on Dele Alli. I've realised that I need some more height in the midfield, so that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. I'm also tempted to take off Alex Moat soon as well, starting to get a bit tired. In fact, I think I'll take him off now and bring on my new loan signing, give him 30 minutes to hopefully try and prove himself. Let's see whether that works. And the next lot of changes are going to be made now. I'm going to move Sandro over to the left, take off Jack Grealish, who has really not done anything. And I'm going to bring on Jamie Vardy and put him up front with NG on the right. Hopefully that improves things further, but we'll just have to wait and find out. And that's it, we have drawn the game 1-1. Bit disappointed with that one, probably should have won the match. We were better than Liverpool throughout most of the game. They did have more possession though, but we did have more shots, so yeah, I think we should have really won that game. But we did get a point anyway, which isn't too bad, I suppose, against Liverpool, considering we've just got promoted. But yeah, that is another point for us. Maybe we move up, not really too sure, we'll find out. I'm certain that we probably haven't gone down, but you never know. Anyway, Mallorca have come back and said they want to pay 625 grand and no more really, but Villarreal have come back and actually accepted the bid that I put in, including Edgar, is that how you pronounce it? Edgar, I think? Including him, so basically we'll see whether we can try and get a deal done for that. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough wage now, that's the only problem, so I'll have to have a look at that. Okay, so I'm going to offer him 30 grand a week on a 4-year deal. I'm going to go crucial first team player, and we'll up the clean sheet bonus to 20%. Just to hopefully try and get him in. I don't actually have enough money to afford to get him in, but I'm hoping I've sold someone by then. But yeah, we do have another approach apparently for Diego Reyes that's been made. It was 6 million from Everton. Again, they're trying to steal some of our players that we're after. Galloway's back from suspension, and we'll leave the one from Mallorca until we find out how the other centre-back's getting on with that bid that I put in for his contract. And on to the training drills. I've changed a couple of players. I brought in Vardy and my new loan signing as well. Let's see how we do with those player drills. Hopefully get them up in overall, maybe. Yes, Lewis Cook has gone up to 73, and Batista's gone up in his dribbling, I think, but his overall remains at 64, so pretty good. Batista's doing really well at the moment, hopefully trying to get him nearer to 70 by the end of the season. I think we should be able to do that, to be honest. We are now 4th in the league on 8 points from 4 matches. Not too bad. We've not lost a game yet, though. That's the main thing. So we've got 2 wins, 2 draws, and 0 losses for now. And yeah, let's continue to the end of this transfer window. Transfer offer in here for Mitch Batiste from Bolton. I want to try and get him on a loan. I'm going to go ahead with that because I need some more wage. And well, just need some more money in general, really. And I'm not really too sure about the Mallorca one because he's declined it, saying he doesn't want to relocate. Okay, this isn't going to go well, is it? I think I need some more money. I might just have to sell this guy. I might have to sell him and try and get money in that way. And then change the bid for Bailey. I think that's going to have to be the only way. And player sold. Edgar has gone straight away. Got a match rescheduled there. But we have got a transfer offer in here for David Shelton, one of our young players. Again, we'll send him out on loan and hopefully give him some experience at Walsall. And yeah, try and get him up in overall in the next couple of months. We will do with Bailey, again declining the offer because he doesn't want to relocate. So we'll have to change that round, but we don't have Edgar as part of the deal now, so I don't know what we're going to have to do. Okay, so I'm going to try now is putting Murphy and 6 million all to try and get in Bailey. It's going to be a tough ask, but we are going to go for it anyway, and we're going to try it with a couple of the other centre-backs I was looking at before. Okay, now I'm going to try for James Tompkins, and we're going to go with a bid of 3 million. I didn't realise he was so cheap, to be honest. We are going to go ahead with it. Hopefully West Ham agree to it, but we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. Also, Fernandes I am interested in trying to get in. He's not very fast, I suppose neither of them are really, but when you need a centre-back, I'm just kind of going to go ahead with it and maybe get him in. He looks like it's going to be a bit expensive for me, to be honest, so we'll see anyway. We'll go with the 6 million and we'll go Luke Murphy as part of the deal as well. And hopefully Swansea agree to that one, if none of the other teams do. And Swansea have said they're not interested in the player I've included in the deal, but West Ham and Villarreal have both accepted, so that means I could still get Bailey in here. That could be an interesting deal. 30 grand a week. I'm actually going to up that to 40 to try and convince him to get into the club. We'll go 5-year deal though, and yeah, let's see whether he does accept. I'd really like to get in Bailey. He looks like a very good centre-back. And we'll also have a look at James Tompkins as well as kind of like a backup, hopefully. We'll go crucial first team player, I think, as well. 30 grand a week, and yeah, we could get someone with some decent experience into our team, so that'll be pretty good. And look at that, they've both accepted actually, so we've got one there. I could get in Bailey or I could get in James Tompkins. I'm going to get in Bailey. It looks like the better centre-back for me, and that means Luke Murphy also leaves as well, so I don't need to try and sell him. And yeah, pretty happy with that. I could also get in James Tompkins if I had a spare 3 million and 30 grand a week, but I don't, so yeah, we'll leave that one for now. And yes, that is pretty much it for this episode. I think we've got a few more hours to try and sim, but I can't see too much more happening, to be honest. So yeah, Luke Murphy is now at Villarreal. That's a bit of a weird one. No way. Pogba's just moved to Liverpool for 73 million. Where Liverpool have found 73 million from, I'm not really too sure. Obviously some of the money coming from Coutinho by the looks of it, moving to Valencia. But yeah, 73 million. Where's that come from? There's been loads of big signings at the moment. 73 million though, 88 overall. He's worth 50 apparently. Pogba's just grown loads recently. That is a brilliant signing for Liverpool. What a player he's going to be coming up against him. And yeah, that is pretty much it now because we're getting to the very end of the transfer deadline day. And Atletico Madrid have just signed Ricardo Rodriguez as well. Whoa, okay. Bayern Munich coming in for Lewis Cook. Wow, that's a bit of a weird one. We'll just reject that. 3.7 million isn't good enough for us. If they said 37 million though, I probably would accept that just about. But anyway, that is it for this episode. We've finally finished transfer deadline day, and we've done all our deals until December, or well, January, winter time. So yeah, hopefully we can get in some decent players then, but I think we've pretty much done everything that we need to do. Dwight Gale's saying that he wants to leave, because he's not happy with not playing that much, so that's fair enough, I suppose. We'll also have a look at these youth players, probably a bit more next episode if I remember. But yes, that is it for this one. Thank you much for watching. If you did enjoy this one, please go to the thumbs up button, and also go subscribe as well. If we could hit 25 likes, that'd be really appreciated. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.